I'm David Dellanave, and I'm going to teach you how to effectively introduce asymmetry into your training. Why would you want to do that? Well, training is inherently symmetrical. You're doing squats, deadlifts, presses, rows, things like that are bilateral movements with the bar in front of you. But life is inherently asymmetrical. Injuries, congenital differences, patterns of movement that create imbalances are going to naturally introduce asymmetries, and you can't continuously force symmetry without something breaking. So how do you know how to identify where an effective asymmetry would be and where something is just bad mobility and maybe a pattern you shouldn't reinforce? The best way to do that is biofeedback, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to use a deadlift as an example. You can use this for any movement, anything at all. It could be lower body, it could also be upper body. You just need a range of motion that you can observe a difference in. The one that I've had the most experience with and the most success with my clients in my gym is the toe touch range of motion. Toe touch is very visible. It's easy to see where your range of motion is. It's very repeatable, and it's super, super effective. So that's what we're going to use today. So to get your initial range of motion, you're just going to put your feet together, and then you're going to slump forward and reach your toes as gently as possible. You're going to stop at the very first sign of tension anywhere in your body. You're not trying to find your maximal range of motion. You're just trying to find that comfortable range. So for me, it looks like something like this. That's my initial starting point, right at the top of my shoes. So now we're going to use a deadlift as our example movement, and we're going to make some slight modifications to it to see what would be the best deadlift for me to do today. So I'm going to go ahead and do one conventional deadlift repetition. And then I'm going to go ahead and test that movement. Same exact way, put my feet together and look for the first sign of tension anywhere in my body. So I've got a slight improvement there. I'm touching my laces now. Now this is where the asymmetry comes in. The simplest, easiest thing to do is to just stagger your stance slightly. So I'm going to start out with a right foot slightly forward, staggered stance deadlift, and I'm going to do one repetition there. And again, I'm going to step back and I'm going to test my range of motion. Now I'm almost touching the floor. That's already a significant improvement. I'm also going to test the left foot forward. Again, check my range of motion. As you can see, that significantly decreased my range of motion. So for my working sets today, I would use that right foot staggered stance. What you're looking for is the response of the body. The nervous system, the body's very, very quick to respond to changes. So you see that response in your range of motion. Again, I could use this in a deadlift, I could use it in a squat, but I could also use it in a pull-up or any overhead movement. If you'll introduce asymmetry in this way, you'll find that you recover more quickly, you reduce injuries, and you carry less tension as you're actually moving more the way your body should be moving versus the way you think it should be moving.